We're learning so much more about the people involved in this plane crash. Micah and Cher, 8 hours after the crash, the scene is still a mess here along the 101 near Liberty Canyon Road in Agoura Hills. As Tim Lynn just told us, the wreckage is still out there near the center divider. Crews are cutting it all apart, putting it on a flatbed, ready to haul it off. Traffic is backed up with, at last word, 3 lanes of the westbound side still closed. Emergency officials had warned people to avoid the area, but that clearly has not been the case. Let's go to some other footage right now. There was another flare-up earlier this evening, and Sky-Fi was overhead when that happened. Crews were attempting to cut off a wing, and it sparked. Flames erupted briefly. The president of the club that flew that plane calls the situation a catastrophic failure. A vintage warplane slammed into a busy Southern California freeway this Tuesday afternoon and burst into flames. The single-engine, modified T-6 Texan, painted with German fighter aircraft markings, crashed into the center divider of the 101 in the Agoura Hills area. Emergency workers say the fact that the pilot was able to escape with no major injuries and without hurting anyone on the ground is nothing short of a miracle.
He heard a couple of loud pops in the engine. It lost power. He was able to control it, and he was trying to land it on the 101 freeway, but there was a car in front of him. So as he landed, touched down, he had to jerk the wheel hard to the left to avoid that vehicle. That's when he crashed in the center divider.
The crash forced authorities to shut down all lanes on both sides of the 101 in the area, crippling traffic for miles. Sky-Fi was overhead shortly after the disaster, and onlookers were jumping out of their cars and capturing cell phone video, which they've been sharing with us all day. The plane is registered to Condor Squadron, a Van Nuys-based group that flies restored World War II-era aircraft. President Christopher Rushing did not want to talk on camera, but says he is relieved the pilot is okay and explained he wants to thank all first responders for their efforts. He identifies the pilot as Rob Sandberg, who, quote, obviously had a catastrophic failure and had to put it down on the 101. Both men talked with KTLA a few years ago in a special piece profiling the squadron, which launched a Pearl Harbor memorial flight.
Our main goal is to continue to help the young people learn how to fly, continuing the remembrance in our country for who gave their lives for our freedom to make it what it is today.
These AT-6 planes are the very same airplanes pilots trained with in the war. For pilot Rob Sandberg, flying in formation today is deeply personal. His father flew in World War II.
I'm one of many generations that literally has sat in that seat. And it's an honor, really, and a privilege to be able to do that.
Again, that was the pilot involved in this crash. He is okay. There are reports that his hair was singed in the crash, but other than that, he did not suffer any serious injuries. The National Transportation Safety Board is investigating, and that agency should have much more information tomorrow. Live in Agoura Hills, Chris Wolf, KTLA 5 News.